right now. Eyewitness Sports.
Good evening, I'm Brennan Miller with Eyewitness Sports. Today's the true tip-off of the boys and girls sectional basketball playoffs. There were some play-in games in most of the classes, but as we'll talk about later, a whole lot of squads in action tonight. That said, in each of the 6 classes on both sides, there's some teams poised for maybe longer runs than most. So let's look at the top seeds from 3A through D. Starting on the boys' side, a few local squads among the top teams in the biggest classes. That's RFA and CVA coming out of the Tri-Valley League, who are both 3 seeds. The Black Knights in Class 3A and the Thunder in Class A. Other than that, a lot of Syracuse schools at the top. Liverpool, West Genesee, and West Hill, the strongest in these 3 classes. The 3 smaller classes see the inclusion of more local squads, especially in Class C, but we start in B. The Little Falls Mounties are the 2. It's going to be very difficult to get past Marcellus, though. The Mustangs not just one of the best in Class B, but one of the best in New York State in any class. The Bradley Terry ranking model has them tied as the 2nd best team in the entire section in any class, only behind West Genesee. This is probably a good time to talk about what that model is as well. It rewards teams for playing against better competition as opposed to just kind of beating up on worse teams that are located near you. That's why you see a squad like Lawville, who despite being just a game over 500, are the 3 seed in Class B. Class C has 3 locals in the top 3 spots, Waterville, Hamilton, and West Canada Valley, and then New York Mills rounds it out as the 3 in Class D. We'll check in on the Marauders later tonight. Back on top, on the girls' side, nobody really projected to be a contender until you get to Class A, where Oneida is the 3 behind Indian River and Cortland. Liverpool and Central Square, the other top seeds in this group of 3. And finally, again, the smaller schools is where the Mohawk Valley really shines. In Class B, Notre Dame is similar to Marcellus on the boys' side. They'd be a competitor in any class and ranked 1st in Class B. Class C has an undefeated West Canada at 1, with locals Hamilton and Westmoreland closely behind. And then nobody really of consequence here in Class D. Madison is the highest ranked local team, and they are the 7. So the majority of those teams have byes past the first round of their bracket, but sectionals really tipped off today with 39 games being played, 78 teams. That's pretty easy math right there, just times 2. The play-in games coming to an end yesterday in the classes that required them, so let's look at the games that we visited tonight in round 1. Class D had a pair of really good ones, starting with the town of Webb visiting Poland, the 13 seed going to the 4. Poland led by Carter Cookinham, who came into this one just a few shy of 1,000 points in his career. But early it was the defense that was stifling. Sometimes you just need a little luck, though, and tell that to Charlie Robinson. He just kind of hucks it up there on the move, and it's good. Early quarter 3, though, this is the big story. Cookinham reaches that 1,000 threshold on the first of 2 free throws. Big congrats to him on hitting 4 digits. After being down as much as 20-3, Timberwolves rally back in half 2, outscore the higher-seeded Tornadoes 29-22, but it's not enough as Poland hangs on for the victory by a final of 46-41. Also in Class D, 3rd-seeded New York Mills and 14th-seeded Remsen, and if you can't get up for a Class D game like this guy, I don't think you're going to the right games. You know how they say that some football players play basketball a specific way? Yeah, that's Ryan Komnick. He drives the lane there and gets the layup to fall. But then Remsen's Benjamin Becker hits an acrobatic lay-in himself to tighten the game up to 12 points. But Mills holds on, even though it gets a little shaky in the end. Ryan Komnick with 2 free throws in the last few moments to ice it. 59-53 the final. The Marauders moving on to host 6th-seeded Copenhagen, who beat Belleville Henderson in their opening round game by 12 to move on themselves. In Class B, 2 local sides seeing one another, Clinton hosting Secoit. And newsflash, the Comets could be a dark horse in Class B, led by Tega Ego, who scored his 1,000th point earlier this season. He hits a 3 on the assist from Andre Jackson. Then why not? Just give him the ball again. Drives the lane, goes up and around the defense at the rim. Some style points from the Red Hawks at the end of the half as Frank Acquavivo throws it down on the fast break. But the win goes to the home side. 67-45, Clinton pulls away and moves on to the quarterfinals in Class B. If things go chalk, they'll see a Lowville team that's just sitting at a game above 500, but has played a very difficult schedule that earned them that 3 seed in the bracket. And then our final game in Class 2A, Whitesboro hosting Nottingham on the girls' side. The hosts the 7 seed and the visitors the 10 in that bracket. Starting in the second quarter, the Bulldogs in the lead, but Kylie Hook hits the mid-range J to bring Borough within 2. Big Blue was really working hard in the paint. Maddie Montana drives baseline, finds Hook with a slick pass underneath there, and she converts once again. Nottingham on the other end answers, though, off the inbound pass. Justice Moore goes up over the top, gets the shot to fall from close. In the end, though, it's the higher seed moving along to the quarterfinals. Whitesboro wins by 9, 47-38. They move on to play second-seeded Fulton in the next round. So locals winning all those games. It was actually a really good night for the higher-seeded teams throughout the section. Only a few upsets, I think 4 or 5 in all of those games that we talked about, those 39 games that were being played tonight. So that Bradley Terry seeding model that is brand new this year has been working.
Yeah, seems like it is. All right, thanks, Brennan.
Yep.